Following the rules of wealth can help anyone build up a lot of money. Look at Andrew Carnegie, a quiet billionaire who became one of the richest people in history. How did he manage that? What rules did he follow? By learning about Carnegie's life, you can discover tips that might help you increase your wealth. Stick with us to learn how Carnegie's story can help you grow your finances. Welcome to the Top Finance channel. Your journey to wealth starts when you click the subscribe button and watch our video all the way through. Today, the name Carnegie is often linked with Dale Carnegie and his best-selling books that start with the word how. However, a century ago, everyone who read newspapers knew that Carnegie referred to Andrew Carnegie. Dale Carnegie, when he started his writing career, changed the spelling of his last name from Carnegie to match Andrew, who had already died by then. He did this because the name Carnegie was linked to huge success, even more so than famous figures like John Rockefeller and J.P. Morgan. When adjusting for inflation, or considering the portion of their wealth compared to the global economy at the time, Andrew Carnegie would be the top businessman and fourth overall, behind only the great ancient emperors. From his childhood, Andrew Carnegie steadily built his career. After working as a bobbin boy, he took a job as a boiler stoker in a factory basement. This job was somewhat easier and paid better, giving him $2 a week. His excellent handwriting soon got him a transfer to an office job, a big improvement from the tough factory environment. But Andrew didn't just settle for this more comfortable office job. Driven to achieve more, he left the office to work as a street messenger. At the time, the telegraph was the newest technology, having started commercial operations in 1837, and it was opening up huge opportunities. His telegraph skills impressed Thomas Scott, the local manager of the Pennsylvania Railroad Company, who hired him as his personal telegraph operator. At just 18 years old, Andrew was earning $35 a month, a big leap from his earlier earnings. In just 5 years, he had increased his salary by 30 times. Just as important, he had made a valuable connection with Thomas Scott, who would later become his business partner. This journey from a factory worker to forming significant business relationships shows how quickly Carnegie climbed up the career ladder. Don't just save money, make it work for you. Might as well have been Andrew Carnegie's guiding principle when he was just 18. Most young men at that age might choose to either spend their paycheck on fun or save it. But Carnegie took a different route. He invested his earnings in stocks. This was especially remarkable considering he came from a poor working-class family and didn't have much formal education, stopping after just 5 grades. Despite these challenges, Carnegie was a regular at his local library, borrowing books every week even though there weren't any business guides available at that time. Taking a big risk, he even mortgaged his parents' house and borrowed money from people he used to work with to invest in the Adams Express Railroad Company. Railroads, like the telegraph, were the latest technology at the time, putting Carnegie among the first venture investors. His bold strategy paid off quickly. In just a year and a half, his initial investment of $50,000 grew to $630,000. Carnegie kept using the money he made from dividends to buy more shares in railroads, bridge building, and oil companies. This approach of reinvesting dividends shows his unique business sense and willingness to take calculated risks. When investing, it's important to look for new opportunities and balance risk with smart planning. Andrew Carnegie demonstrated this when he invested in bridge-building companies. He chose this sector because the United States was still developing and needed lots of infrastructure, making his timing excellent. However, his investments in the oil industry were more of a gamble. Carnegie bought land in very remote areas based only on local rumors of oil. This approach was hit or miss. Sometimes he found oil, but other times he didn't. For example, he owned several plots that never produced oil, which he held onto for 30 years, covering an area of 20,000 hectares. Despite these challenges, one of his oil investments paid off hugely. He bought a piece of land for $40,000 that eventually brought in an annual income of $1 million within 10 years and was later valued at $5 million. This shows how mixing careful calculations with risks can lead to significant returns in investing. Early in his career, Andrew Carnegie got a bonus of $2.50 and gave it all to his parents to help support his family. He later said that no other success or praise made him as happy as that moment did. He felt overjoyed, realizing then that he wanted to become rich not for himself, but to make sure his parents could live comfortably. This moment was a turning point for Carnegie. It fueled his drive and significantly boosted his performance. He wasn't just working hard for his own benefit. He was motivated to do everything for his loved ones. This shows an important lesson. Whether you're motivated by the desire to support your parents, your children, or even to help strangers, having a strong, lasting reason can help you face and overcome the challenges you'll encounter on your way to success. This story transformed Carnegie's life completely. It's about an old man who had a lot of sad things happen to him. People felt sorry for him, but he told them, "Yes, everything you say is true. I've had a long, tough life. But here's something interesting. Most of my problems weren't really there." From that story, Carnegie learned that many of the worries and doubts we have aren't real. Our minds often imagine the worst things and make us scared, but most of those bad things never happen. And even if they do, they're not as bad as we thought. By remembering the 9/10ths rule, Carnegie stopped being afraid of the unknown and was able to take risks to achieve big success. One afternoon, a young man went to interview Andrew Carnegie in his office to learn about his success. Instead of talking about his rise from poverty or his business dealings with John Rockefeller, Carnegie shared something different. He emphasized that the most important thing in his life was his ability to forget his troubles and face life with a smile. He believed that seeing life with optimism was more valuable than having millions of dollars. Carnegie told the young man that anyone could develop this mindset. Just like the body, the mind can move from darkness to light. He explained that this approach helps in business too, because when you stop seeing life negatively, you can focus on the positives, bounce back from setbacks, and spot opportunities that others miss. The secret to achieving success lies in harnessing one's experiences, which are among the most valuable assets anyone can possess. Unfortunately, not everyone knows how to effectively utilize their experiences. The principles that guided Andrew Carnegie to amass wealth can also significantly increase your financial gains. The key is to maintain belief in yourself and have the courage to take decisive actions. Remember, every experience, whether good or bad, holds a lesson that can propel you toward success. The ability to learn from these lessons and apply them in your life is crucial. Embrace challenges and opportunities alike, and don't let fear hold you back.